Buckle up, everybody, because today we're going way back, like way, way back to the dawn of civilization.
I like where this is going.
We're talking farming, folks. The original technological revolution.
Ah, yes, the agricultural revolution. A pivotal moment for humanity.
Pivotal's putting it mildly. Our listeners sent in this awesome episode of Chronicles of Civilization, and wow, it really digs into how this one shift changed like everything.
It's true. We often think about this period in terms of, well, just the farming, but the implications are far-reaching.
Right, like suddenly we're not all just chasing after food. We've got surpluses, which means some folks can, become philosophers and invent pottery.
Precisely. The specialization of labor. It's not just about the invention of the wheel, it's about who's got time to even think about a better wheel. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. And this is where it gets kind of intense, right? Because the episode really highlighted how this is when those power structures we still see today started to take root.
It's all about resources. Whoever controls the food, the land, that's power. And that, my friend, is a theme that echoes throughout history, even to today's world.
Oh, okay, wait. So you're saying, like, my landlord is basically the 21st century version of an ancient landowner?
Well, you're not wrong. Those early systems of control, they're baked into our very foundations. It's fascinating, isn't it?
It's kind of blowing my mind. And then boom, the Industrial Revolution hits, and suddenly we're not just talking about who's got the best farmland anymore.
Exactly. The stakes get a whole lot higher when you introduce machines into the equation.
And the speed of it all. Right, it's like Chronicles of Civilization put it. The Industrial Revolution was hitting fast forward compared to the slow burn of agriculture. And that's what's so mind-blowing about all this. The speed, it's like we're not just adapting to a new gadget anymore. We're talking about technology that can learn and evolve on its own. AI changes the game completely.
Absolutely. And that's where the comparison to electricity comes in, both revolutionary, but think about it. Electricity took decades to really transform society. AI, it's like it's on fast forward.
Right, like way faster than we can keep up with. And that's kind of what freaks me out a little. Like, are we talking changes within our lifetime? What's the timeline on this thing?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The potential is huge.
Yeah.
Solving global issues, revolutionizing industries, it's exciting, but there's always right. We have to consider the potential downsides too. Remember those power structures we talked about? Imagine that, but with AI at the center.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
It's like handing the keys to the kingdom to, well, we don't even know who yet. That's kind of scary.
Precisely. And that's why history is so important. We can learn from the mistakes of the past, those cautionary tales.
Totally, like overcrowded cities, the wealth gap. Weren't those some of the not so fun side effects of the Industrial Revolution?
Exactly. And those are concerns we have with AI too. Displacing jobs, widening the gap between the haves and the have-nots.
It's like this weird echo, right? My friend's a graphic designer and they're freaking out about AI taking their job. It's history repeating itself.
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
But here's the good news. This time we have hindsight. We've seen this movie before. We know where things can go wrong.
Okay, so how do we avoid the bad ending this time?
By making conscious choices. By asking ourselves, how do we want to use this power? How do we ensure AI benefits everyone, not just a select few?
So we're not just passive passengers, we actually get a say in how this plays out.
We have to. The Chronicles of Civilization episode made a great point about human adaptability. We figure things out even when it feels like the world's gone mad.
And we've done it before, right?
Yeah.
From those early farmers figuring out irrigation to factory workers organizing for better conditions, humans are pretty good at adapting even when it's tough.
It's like we said before, it always comes back to control.
Right, like whoever holds the reins.
Exactly. And if land meant power back in the day and then it was factories during the Industrial Revolution, what is it now? What's the new power source?
You're gonna say AI, aren't you?
Bingo. AI is the ultimate resource.
So whoever cracks the AI code first, they basically rule the world.
Well, it's not quite that simple, but it's a valid concern.
Right.
It's not just about who develops AI, but who controls it, who benefits, and who gets left behind.
It's those hierarchies again,
Yeah.
but on like a supercharged level.
Exactly. And this is where things get really interesting, because with AI, we have a chance to break the cycle.
Okay, how?
By learning from the past, Chronicles of Civilization made me think, we've got this history right. We've seen how these revolutions can go wrong. We know the pitfalls.
So this time, instead of just stumbling into the future, we can actually learn from our mistakes.
Precisely. It's not about repeating history. It's about understanding it.
So what's the takeaway here? If controlling resources meant power in the past, what's the most valuable resource in the age of AI?
Knowledge, my friend. Awareness. Question everything. Don't just accept the technology at face value. Dig deeper.
So it's not about becoming a tech whiz overnight. It's about asking the tough questions.
Exactly. Who benefits from this? Who's designing it? What are their motivations?
Wow. Okay. That's actually really empowering.
It is. Because it means we're not just along for the ride. We have a say in how this all plays out.
Like, comment, and subscribe for more such videos.